Kieran's on the editing of this one. I want to point that in there.
And they won't know that till the end. But I'm on leave, so I'll smash it out tomorrow.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear. And for all you lovely wankers out there, we'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah.
Lovely. Merry Christmas!
No, I'll get this out before Christmas.
Everybody, and welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast season of obligation episode, aka the Christmas episode. My name is Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the jolly green giant over there. It's Kieran. How are you?
Oh, thank you very much. And it is a season of obligation, and I thought, being obligated of the season,
yes,
I got you a Christmas gift.
You got me a Christmas gift.
I got you a Christmas gift.
I feel terrible that I didn't get you a Christmas gift.
No, don't worry about it. Now,
because it's so shit, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. As you can see, I put a lot of effort into the wrapping.
Look, this is a man's wrapping. Let me just put it in perspective for people what it is. It is a Maya bag.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Do you think the gift is from Maya, though?
It might be. But shall I open it now, or should we wait till later for the episode?
No, I reckon you should open it now. I just want you to know that I was wrapping some final presents.
Right.
And I ran out of sticky tape. So there's like a present and that one that didn't get wrapped.
I feel so, at least with me, it's like, yeah, it's okay. Give it to Turchi, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
For the other person, I feel very sorry for them.
But I don't know if you have this.
Well, let me have a look here. So I'll just describe what I've got here. It looks like some sort of clothing article, I feel.
Yeah.
And I feel in the bag. And it's a Maya Plus here. The ASMR guys. That's getting some people really erect at the moment.
Yeah.
Or girls, like shopping.
Yeah.
Like that's turning them on.
Mm-hmm.
Like our female listeners at the moment are going through the roof. So let me open it up here. So this is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look.
It is a gift. Do you have one of these?
I don't have one as nice as this, but I definitely have something like it. But this is much, much nicer. I'll just say it is a red cap. A red cap, and on it, it says, "Make America Great Again." It is fantastic. This is my new golf hat.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing. It's fantastic. Because we've got to talk about Mr. Trump's impeachment.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really have much, though.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Right. I saw that. And this place where I bought it from also had other hats that were like black, and they said CEO on them.
Yeah.
It said management. It said, all these wonderful things.
We should have got a whole bunch.
I might have bought a couple.
Bring them to Phillip Island.
I can't, bring them all in.
Not all at once.
Need to spread it out.
Of course.
It looks great on you, though.
Thank you very much. I feel like I need 4 guns. That's what I really need at the moment. I'm going to take it off because it's a bit warm in this room and all that sort of stuff. But thank you very much. I feel blessed. Hashtag blessed for this Christmas.
Hashtag obligation met.
Obligation exceeded.
This also, you accepting this gift, null and voids me being late.
No card? That doesn't say that? No, that's not, sadly, not how it works. But it's a lovely gesture. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
To wear that everywhere. I think one of our friends' dads got one of these. Trash's dad's got one of those exact hats.
Right.
And apparently he wears it to dinners to spark conversation.
It is a very good conversation starter. My stepbrother,
yes,
because I took that home and he saw the gifts and he was like, "Oh no, you didn't buy that for yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "Trump's amazing. He's fantastic. One of the best presidents ever." And then
stock market through the roof, baby boy.
And so anyway, it's great to wind up people with that hat too.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
All you have to do is wear a red hat. That's really it. You don't even have to have the words on it. People just associate a red hat with Donald Trump, which is pretty funny. But Kieran, it is the season of obligation. I've kind of got 2 rants, and one's about a bit of politics shit,
mm-hmm.
and the other is about people. Which one do you want first? Because we're going to get through fucking both today.
Let's hear politics.
My rant today about politics, the political side of things, is people not understanding the separation of government activities.
Oh, okay.
It's still about people.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, it is about politics.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Political undertone. Let's go with that. So what do I mean by this? Okay, so I'm going to talk about two different types of government.
If you're not interested in politics, skip 20 minutes.
But yeah, basically. But you'll like this too, I guarantee.
If it was taxes, 40
skip
minutes.
the episode.
Yeah.
Recently, Australia, or New South Wales in particular, and you being a fireman, know about this, obviously, and you were called, but you've been detained from helping because you're too good at firefighting.
Yeah.
But New South Wales is currently burning.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. Lots of bushfires caused by natural occurrences, obviously, by arsonists, as it's always a big thing when it comes to bushfire season. People lighting fires and
people being idiots.
Whole bunch of things. And again, natural causes, like, Australia is built to be burnt.
Yeah.
Like they complain about the Amazon. Remember the Amazon, the biggest fire in ever, and Australians just like, oh, that's cute. We get that like every second week. Like, it's a real fun sort of time. But the bushfires have really caused some outrage, as you probably know. It's national news. And people are like, yep, I know the Victorian Fire Brigade have gone up to help out a little bit. The Queensland one have come down to help them put out the fires.
It is always Queensland lights up.
Yeah.
Then New South Wales lights up.
Yeah.
And then Victoria lights
up. And then
up.
they just put the fire brigade, CFA.
That is the cycle. The intensity changes, year on year.
Yeah, exactly. I think
actually, one of the things is 2009. Well, we had a drought from 2004, and it built up to 2009.
Yeah.
And then we had, we had the floods in 11 and 12, and we had all the rain. But we're going back into that drought cycle.
Exactly right.
So, and we've sort of been in that. We had a drought last year, and then a drought before. So it's getting drier and drier and drier.
And the drier it is, the easier it is to spark up fires. Yeah, exactly right. You burn dry wood, you don't burn wet wood. So, like I said, a lot of stuff coming in. Some international firefighters have come. I think guys from Canada, because they're not doing anything, decided to come on down there really good. And the Prime Minister decides to go on holiday.
Yes.
And everybody in the whole of Australia seems to be angry at our Prime Minister for going on holiday while a yearly bushfires are occurring.
Yes, to our American listeners, there's about 200 fires in New South Wales at the moment.
That's right, exactly right. And people think that he should be, like, on the front line or something, giving orders to how to combat these... how to combat these fires. But that's not his job.
No.
His job is to go, you know what, we're going to get some people from international... he's sending lots of aid as well, like, what's it called?
There's two things here, right? Number one, let the chief fireman...
Let the fireman... Yeah, people
make sure he's in the state running things, right? Like
what?
Yeah, and then he's got a deputy who does night times or something like that. All right, good. Let the police commissioner, right, be around, because we need some policing, and the ambulance, right?
Yes.
Right? They're the people, the state premiers.
The state people, absolutely.
Yep. The Prime Minister? No,
What the hell is he supposed to do?
Look...
let me send some more government officials to help out.
During emergencies as well, times like this, the government actually... When there's these fires are declared or things happen, the federal government will declare some kind of emergency or something like that.
Yeah.
And then payments roll in.
Yeah.
So if there's people who've lost their houses and all that kind of stuff, they can
donations, all that sort of stuff.
No, but when I was in the 2009 fires, even though my house didn't burn down, because it was deemed that I lost work.
Oh yeah.
Right. I actually got a government payout. I got I think at the time $1,000.
Yeah. Minuscule in for compensation one, but it's something.
But a minister needs to sign that off, right?
Not the Prime Minister.
Maybe the Prime Minister does sign it off, but there's an acting Prime Minister.
Yeah, but you know what? Not only that, he's actually given, the federal government has been giving aid relief. And ScoMo signed that off. So Scott Morrison, for all our international listeners, is the Prime Minister, and he wants to be called ScoMo.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny, so let's just call him ScoMo. It's going forward, right? Are people upset that he's gone on holiday while there's natural disasters?
I was actually I'm like, it's probably better he's out of the country.
Get him out of the country!
Because the other people can actually do the shit that they need.
The people
less,
that actually...
less government interference.
on solving this issue. And this is the thing, right? A lot of the fires, from what I can understand, and I might be wrong, from what I was reading from a few little sources here, a lot of the fires, usually they do a whole bunch of backburning each year. Backburning means, and you can probably describe it a bit better, but backburning just means that they burn certain areas off and put it out, but that means it's burnt up, which means if the fire gets to it, it can't really go any further. Like they sort of cordon off areas by burning areas off. Is that right?
Like when an actual fire is burning.
No, like
or before the fire season.
Before
before the fire season, they'll burn, right?
Yes.
And there's actually a small window.
Yeah.
That this happens. I know American listeners are very interested in this, but what?
Well, California had all those fires. They didn't know how to deal with it, and they asked the Australians to help out.
What happens? They've got a percentage that they need to burn.
Yeah.
Right, and the Australian bush needs fire.
Yeah.
Right, but catastrophic fire, it sort of damages the bush, the ecosystem. Right. But we need fire. So they'll actually burn.
Yeah.
The controlled.
They'll burn
they're called controlled burns, not backburn. Backburning's different.
Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. Controlled burns. So they burn a forest or they burn whatever it is, and it happens in like spring.
Yeah.
But we need weather conditions that are right.
Yeah, usually like October-ish.
Yeah.
That's where these sort of happens.
And all those things.
And that prepares us for the like.
So if a fire comes through in the next few years,
you're safe.
It's not going to be as intense.
That's right. So from what I understand,
because it's to do with fuel loading on the ground.
So what I understand is they did all these controlled burns, and the ones that they did were, well, they did a lot less than what they usually do, or what they did 10 years ago.
Well, this is the thing, right? It's very difficult to do. Australia's fucking huge.
Yeah.
And it's actually very difficult. There aren't the resources to do the controlled burns.
No, that's right.
And you're also restricted with the weather.
Yeah.
I remember one year, there was probably 2.5 months. Right? Because you've got to remember, it's got to be dry enough, can't be wet enough. Can't be too windy.
Yeah. Of course, because the fire just goes everywhere.
Right? So there's got to be all these conditions met. So then you got to get all these resources and the volunteer firefighters
and
help
it's probably
out.
like the day before, really.
And you're sort of being told, okay, it looks like in 7 days' time we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But then the weather can change.
Change straight away. Yeah. So, but what I understand is they didn't do enough of them, or the ones that they did do went out of control, which is very much happens every time. Like, they might do 50 of them, and 5 of them go out of control.
I wouldn't really say out of control, but some might break the barriers.
Break the barriers.
Yeah.
But those usually lead on to other fires.
Wait, we're talking about the fires or the controlled burns?
The control burns.
Yeah, but the control burns... So, this is the thing, right? I feel like I'm nerding out.
No, it's good, because I don't really know.
Okay, so here in Australia, if you live in a property or you live near fires, and I call it like we have a severe, we have the fire rating like low...
Medium, high, severe, extreme.
Yeah, very, very severe. Yeah, right? Code red. So, I used to live out in the bush.
Yeah.
And if it was a severe or very severe day, that actually, from a firefighting point of view, from being a firefighter, that actually told us and said, if a fire started in this property or my neighbour's property, we could probably contain it within 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
And it would be like, you know what? I'm going to stay home and defend because it's a fire, but it's not that intense.
Yeah.
Like, it's still intense. Could still burn your house down with embers.
Of course.
But you could, if you've got the equipment, you could defend it.
Yeah.
Versus a day where it's like fucking code red, right?
Get the fuck out.
Which is, if a fire starts, how quickly it's going to spread.
Yeah. We recommend
we're not going to be able to contain it in that 3 to 4 hours.
We recommend driving as fast as you can into the city.
Basically, don't be in the bush.
Yeah.
And be in the movie cinema.
Pretty much. So, with all that in mind,
so with
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Let's go back to my previous. All these people on social media going, oh, ScoMo should do more things. What the fuck is he supposed to do? He can do the exact same amount of work sitting on a beach in Hawaii he can that he can, sitting at his desk in Parliament or, what the fuck is he supposed to do?
It's the state governments
Exactly right.
that do the controlled burning, not the federal government.
Yeah, that's right. So this is what I'm talking about, how people have no idea what the delineage of government is or what certain aspects of government are supposed to do, even in needs of crisis. At the end of the day, there's nothing the Prime Minister can do. It's about what the fireys can do, the state fireys, the state police. Look, he can, and the state guys always ask for other things. Hey, Victoria firefighters, police, come down and help. They send them up. They send the resources that they can afford to give up. The Prime Minister can't do shit. Let the fucker go on holiday. Who cares? He's not doing anything anyway. Let him do nothing in Hawaii.
Yeah, and the minister signs a bit of paper if they're going to give financial relief, which is already set up.
It's already set up
for emergencies.
I don't understand. There's pure disconnect. So let's go to the second part. We talked about Trump, and he's impeached, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible, but it is possible because they went through the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
And the House of Representatives at this point in time have more Democrats than Republicans.
Yeah.
And the Democrats
have impeached him.
Have impeached him by 250 votes to 167, right? And basically it was like all the Democrats said impeach and all the Republicans said not impeach. And people are going fucking nuts, going, why isn't he out of office? Shouldn't he leave? He's not the president anymore. Like they want Mike Pence to be president. Good choice, dickheads.
Yeah, I prefer Trump over Mike Pence. Over Mike Pence.
Right.
Which I have not seen anything about Mike Pence.
I know. He's just
forget that he exists.
Oh,
He's probably playing golf every day.
He probably is, and he's doing a good job at it. It's like Democrats must think that we're getting Trump out. That means Hillary is now. Which is not even close.
Trump's going to win.
Of course he is.
And you know what? Because it's the Electoral College through Trump, whether it's actually him, or whether it's just circumstances, right? Doesn't matter. More jobs have been created. More jobs.
The economy just in general has gone way up.
Yeah.
The blue states are going to stay blue. The rest are all going to be red. It's going to be a fucking landslide. And there's no Democratic person that they can put up that's even close. What, Joe Biden? Or what's
the people where there's more jobs and all that are going to attribute that to Trump.
Of course they are.
Who are going to vote Trump again, who are going to get frustrated because he's being impeached.
Yeah.
They think
they're doubling down. They're going to double down. So now, and this is what I'm talking about, like, people don't understand the political system. Now look, I don't claim to be a master.
The Senate's not going to impeach him.
Well, they have to go through the House and the Senate to impeach him, right? Both have to go yes. Those two branches of government have to say yes, because then there's obviously the presidential part. That's the three branches of government. Those two have to both say yes. The Senate is like 80% Republican, who none of them
are going to
impeach Trump. So this thing, and they can't even get the evidence together in a binder to pass it on to them. So he's impeached until he leaves office. Until he's going to be the first president ever to be impeached and re-elected.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. And he's just going to be like, I told you so, dickheads. The whole way. Because all his fans are going to double down. Everything. And both of these really show I guess, they always talk about diversity. About, diversity of people, this, that. But what they really don't talk about is diversity of thought. You can't have two opposing ideas of two different people, right? And they go, you know what? We don't like Trump. Instead of going, we don't like Trump, but he's the president, and let's try to make the best of it, right? We could probably persuade him if we beat like that. They're like, Trump, never, don't touch him, must impeach him. All people that like him are bad. All that sort of stuff. And same for ScoMo. I said to someone today, what the fuck is he gonna do? And they went off at me, like going, oh, he should be doing more. There's nothing he can do. It's like the CEO of a company trying to fix up what's happening on the manufacturing line. There's not much he can do. He's got an engineer that could probably do more, and that's what the state guys are.
Yeah.
Let the engineer fix it. The CEO will go, hey, it doesn't look too bad. Let's make more money.
People would just want him on the fireground hugging and kissing. I don't know.
Okay, and you say that. Let's go back to that. Tony Abbott did that, didn't he?
See, now, Tony Abbott... Tony Abbott.
You
right.
can't win.
No. Tony Abbott is a firefighter, right? And he's been a
And he-
firefighter for 15
forever, yeah.
to 20 years. But the bit I actually admire about Tony Abbott, he never self-publicizes that fact.
No, he just went out.
He just does it.
Does it.
Other people take photos and publicize
Yeah.
it. He doesn't call the media. He doesn't.
But that's the thing. He did all that. He went out there just
Yeah.
on his own whim and did all that sort of thing.
But he did it way before he was prime minister. Way
yeah,
before.
exactly right. But then when he was prime minister, he
Yeah.
still did it because
Yeah.
he's just like, that's just what I do. But when he was prime minister, people go, "Oh, look at him pandering to all these people trying to get their votes by going out there." He's been doing the fucking thing for 20 years, and people called him off then. Now ScoMo does the complete opposite, and it's the same. It's the same response by the same groups of people.
Yeah.
You know what? I found this. This is my favorite quote nowadays. You don't have to have standards to have double standards, and I think we can all live with that.
I was actually disappointed in ScoMo for apologising.
Oh, you should
Actually,
never apologise.
Do you know what? But the interesting thing was, and I think the media would have let it slip. But what I read on this is his office, the Prime Minister's office, sent the media to someone else who was the acting Prime Minister,
Which is the correct thing
yeah,
to
but
do.
that person didn't confirm they were the acting Prime Minister and sent the media back to the Prime Minister's office.
God, people stupid.
Right. And so it was actually an internal government thing. So the media went, well, fuck, the government doesn't know what it's doing, and then just blamed Scott Morrison. So I think okay,
a little bit of fault there,
I think there's a little bit of fault at the government,
but not for the fire.
not for the fire, but for not making
not
it clear
talking,
when
yeah.
the media were investigating.
Anyway, so that's my rant about people not understanding government systems, and that's a real simple thing. I think, like, and of all things, people go, "Oh, well, you know, what can ScoMo actually do? Like, what can the Prime Minister do? Like, what the hell if Kevin Rudd or Julia Gillard was in the same position? What would they do? Exactly the same thing. Potentially give some aid and go on holiday. Those are literally the two things that they could possibly do.
But do you know what? Him being a marketer, though, he missed an opportunity.
Of course he did.
And do you know what the opportunity was?
Or to do what Trump doesn't just rock up to places randomly.
No, because he was on holidays. He missed the opportunity to say, I'm flying back
That's true.
for the Australians. I'm going to be there with you and support you through these fires.
He already apologised, mate.
And I'm travelling, you know what I mean? He missed that opportunity to
did.
just like self-promote. And all he had to do was come back for like 48 hours and then go back on holidays.
Nah, Australia needs a Trump-like figure that will fly back and just go, I'm back here. I don't know what I can do. I don't have the power to do this. Thoughts and prayers. More aid, financial aid's coming, and then fly back.
Yeah.
The Trump would have done that. He would, like, you know, when they're like, oh, what's he going to do for Valentine's Day or whatever it was, Thanksgiving or this and that. He's probably going to spend it with his family. Do that. He flew to Afghanistan and talked to the troops.
Yeah.
Just to shit them up the wall. And that's what we need. We need someone to be an absolute dick the whole time. Because Australians are really good at being dicks, but we just don't have the right dick and power at the moment. So, speaking of dicks.
Are you going to... I think I know what you're talking about.
I've been Christmas shopping.
Exhibit A.
Well, you know, I'm in my house.
Exhibit A.
I'm in my house. You can take your shoes off in my house. You've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. But
he's not wearing shoes, people.
I went to the shops. I went to pick up some stuff for like my cousin and my auntie and uncle and stuff like that. Go to the shops. It's like a big, shopping center, mall, whatever you want to call it. And people,
Please, I don't know what this is about. Please describe it to me. What is a shopping center? What are the shops?
People are just walking around barefoot inside a center full of places where you can buy goods. I don't understand why people would walk around fucking barefoot around anywhere.
Hippies.
And you know what it was? It was not like, a day that was like 25 degrees outside, lovely. It was the day that in Australia, it was in Melbourne anyway, it was 44 degrees. So
they wanted to be cool.
As soon as you walk
the
outside...
shop floor's marble.
It is, I'll give
They
you
get
that.
to cool their feet.
So as soon as you walk outside to get to your car...
It's fucking hot.
It's fucking hot.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they walking to their car?
I'm call me conservative. Thongs at the minimum.
Thongs at the minimum.
Dress standard. Dress standard.
It's less
It's sort of like, the castle. At dinner time, the TV is definitely turned down.
down. That's right. Nice. It's in the background.
You go into the shops, you put your good thongs on.
That's right. Or just put a set of thongs on. Like, just something.
Your dress thongs.
The dress thongs. The Australia thongs. Nothing less. Nothing less than that. I just don't get it. I'm sure I know that there's movements. I don't know if I ranted about this before. After I thought about this for the first
don't ask me if you've ranted about it. I don't know.
I know. But in the same sense, I think after I thought about this for a while, I went on to my favorite place, Facebook groups, and tried to find groups. And there's groups of people out there that are fighting for the right to be able to go barefoot everywhere.
Well, they can.
Well, they can. I just hope that they don't come into the pubs that I go to. No shoes, no shirt, no service, like that sort of thing, But for girls, there's no shoes, no shirt, free drinks. I mean,
Yeah, right, double standards.
Double standards. I don't have to have standards to have double standards. And that's the important thing that I've learnt this week. But Kieran, it is lovely. It's the season of obligation. Have you got some lovely news for us? Oh, have you got a rant? No.
No,
but you got some news for us. That's the important thing.
Not quite. I've got a number of short articles.
Let's do those. I think that's good. I ranted for a long time today. But we did learn a lot about fires.
All right, I've got some, because it's a Christmas special. I've got some Christmas articles.
You know what? I tried to find Christmas articles and I just couldn't. I just couldn't find anything good. So I'm glad someone did it.
A Nunavut man takes down Christmas tree with rifle.
What a ledge.
Earlier this year, he planned to chop down a real Christmas tree. He never managed how he would actually do it. It was minus 31 degrees when Lyndall made the trip with his friend Joey. They travelled almost 130 kilometres inland from their hometown on the western shore of Hudson Bay. 4.5 hours into the trip, they realised they hadn't brought any tools to chop down the tree. Lyndall's axe was at home, and the hacksaw he expected to find in his toolkit wasn't there.
A hacksaw is not going to cut wood. Like, hacksaws are built for metal.
No, it's not. There was no saw in the emergency multi-tool he carries around either.
What, the little, Swiss Army knife?
Yeah.
Let me just cut down this Christmas tree with my little Swiss Army knife. That's great.
Look, you could do it. He had two choices. We can either pull it down with a snowmobile, or we could shoot it.
You know what? He had more than two choices. He definitely had more than two choices. One, he could have used something off that multi-tool. There's something else in there. Two, he could have just driven back and picked something up.
4.5 hours, though.
But there's going to be a hardware store around there.
Well, maybe. Anyway, being the type of person he is, I just bought a lot of bullets half price.
So what a savvy shopper!
They stopped off at the gun store rather than the hardware store. I was okay with the idea of shooting it down. It took 10 shots. With a .303 caliber rifle.
Caliber, yeah.
Yeah, caliber rifle. To fell the 6-meter tree he had picked out for his high-ceilinged living room. And he got a bonus tree. I was going through one tree and hitting the next tree, so I took 2 trees down. The men shot down 4 trees in all.
Oh, amazing. So it's like 10 shots, he got 2 trees. Let's just say, add 50%. So with 30 bullets, he got 4 trees.
Yeah.
What an amazing experience he had.
I'm going to show you a photo. Sure enough, when they drove back with the tree, but sure enough, when we got home, the trees didn't have many needles left. Here's the tree.
Oh my God. It's got no needles at all.
It's just a stick. He had lost the end of the tallest tree when he hit a snowbank.
So that's 6 meter or 6 foot? 6 meter.
I think 6 foot. Sorry, 6 foot.
Yeah, I was going to say 6 meters like a double-story house.
Yeah,
that's pretty tall.
6 foot.
Putting into your what's it called, like the ballroom or something like that. That's amazing.
I think that's a great Christmas.
I really hope Americans keep their Second Amendment forever.
Yeah.
Because Yeah, we get a few mass shootings and this and that, but you get stories like this. I think that sort of balances
Of
it
the
out.
true Christmas spirit.
A true Christmas spirit, what can I say?
What article do you have for us, Titch?
I got a good one today. Kieran,
Yeah.
I know that you're a man of science, and you'd be very glad to know that Medicare put out their statistics.
Medicare.
Medicare!
Medicare. Ooh.
So Medicare is the Australian, I guess, government-sponsored.
I think it's like the Medicaid.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the government-sponsored medical funding.
I can go see a doctor and I don't have to pay for it.
I know, unless he doesn't bulk bill.
Yeah.
And you add in that little bit more, and they're better doctors because you pay for what you get, and that's why I have private health insurance as well. But very exciting times, Kieran. I know you like your stats.
Yep.
Medicare figures shows dozens of Australian men are now giving birth every year. So, Medicare figures released this week show 22 men, 13 of them were in New South Wales, and to 23 nationwide though, gave birth during the 2018-19 financial year out of 35,000 births.
Did they give birth to a turd?
Look, look, and sadly...
Or are these females, biologically females, who identify as their gender as males?
Weirdly enough, it's been slightly on the decline. 55 men gave birth to babies in 2014-15, 44 in 15-16, and 37 in 16-17. So it's actually on the decline.
It's on the decline.
I'm amazed that it started so high.
Yeah.
The men are transgender men who are still physically able to bear children. I call them women.
Yeah.
And the changes to Medicare records stems from a federal government admin change in 2013, which allowed departments to recognize a gender other than one someone was born with. So and this is my favorite bit. So this doctor's just like, she calls it the Caitlyn Jenner effect. Right. So since Caitlyn Jenner's become into the mainstream, that transgenderism, I don't know what to call it other than that, or people that are transgender, it's become more, I guess people know about it more, it's been more accepted because of that. And then she says here, this is my favorite bit, for a lot of young people, this is the norm.
Yeah, right.
Like people being transgender, being transgender.
It's less than 1% though, so it's not really the norm.
I did some math, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking here specifically about men having babies.
I'm about to do some research on transgender.
Well, I'm very excited to hear it, but they said here, she says here, you said 1% of the population, right?
Less than 1%.
Less than 1%. So I did some very terrible maths to get the answer that I wanted, which is exactly what this person's done.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they said in 2018-19, we use the latest statistics. They're always the best ones. We always know that. 22 men gave birth to obviously 22 babies. We'll just make that assumption.
Yeah. Out
of the 35,000, which means 0.00. Let me start again. 0.0006% of the population of the people who gave birth are men, which in any type of statistic would be irrelevant. Not a part of the statistics. I don't know how that's the norm, because I would feel really uncomfortable, like trying to tell my little cousin that, that man gave birth. I would still say it's the woman, because at the end of the day, that man's going to grow some giant milk lactating tits.
Yeah, I don't know. Gender, though, is whatever you want it to be. It's different from biological sex.
I would say so, but I'm saying now, if you're pushing out a baby out of your vagina, I don't care what gender you think you are, you're most likely, your sex is going to be 100% female.
Well, no, biologically female.
Yes.
Gender male. Do you see the difference there?
I do. I still feel like if you're going to do something on a medical record about you having a baby, I would probably still put down that you are a female, because, you know what? They're not going to check your male penis for the baby's head coming out.
Indeed. Well, good point. But it's not on the norm. All right, Titch. The Darwin Awards.
Oh, the Darwin Awards. How we go this year?
The Darwin Awards. What are the Darwin Awards, you ask? The Darwin Awards salute the improvement of the human genome by honouring those who accidentally remove themselves from it in a spectacular manner.
What did we do this year? What, as a human species, how do we kill
In
ourselves?
2019, there are 4 awards.
Oh, amazing.
You can choose. I'll let you choose, Turch. Do you want to hear about the Pilot Patrick's in-flight shower? Main man boffed by booby trap? Rhino poacher killed by elephant and eaten by lions? Or 2 Texans die trying?
Oh, no, either number 2 or number 4, please, Eddie. Lock them in.
So you want either main man boofed by booby trap?
Let's do the boofing by the booby trap.
All right, here we go.
Because it sounds funny. And I'm a child.
On the 28th of November 2019.
Oh, recent.
Very recently.
Made it in for this year.
Ronald, 65, was shot dead on Thanksgiving evening in the rural town of Van Buren. Upon investigation, it was determined that the shooter was none other than Ronald himself. To protect his family jewelry, this Maine Coon...
I would cut that.
I'm just reading the script here. Decided on a do-it-yourself approach, recalling his childhood when he lost a tooth. When a loose tooth was tied to a doorknob, and he was told by Papa, "When I slam the door, that tooth will be shot out of your mouth like a bullet." A man rigged a handgun trigger to pull when the door was opened by unauthorized personnel. Natch.
Wait.
This and other BB traps were installed about the property with the confidence of an idiot. Imagine the harm that could befall an unwitting visitor to this Maine home on the Canadian border.
So wait a second.
Thankfully, no harm came to random passers-by because it was the homeowner himself who accidentally triggered the discharge of the jury-rigged home protection bullet that ended his life. Darwin Award winner number 932.
Okay, so he goes, "I need to protect my jewelry." I remember as a kid that my father said by shutting the door quickly, my tooth would fall, like removed by
you
loose
tie
of,
your
like, the door.
tooth to the door and then you
So
slam
he
it shut.
rigs a
A gun.
a gun to shoot someone who walks into the door.
Yeah.
And he rigs it up really well, like Home Alone style, right?
Yeah.
It's successful. Like, you know, you've got to catch the wet and sticky bandits. And with that in mind, he forgets the door's rigged.
Rigged.
And shoots himself dead.
Correct.
I hope Americans... I don't know when I said this, but I'm going to say this again. I hope Americans always able to keep their firearms. Because, yes, there might be some mass shootings of schools every so often, but it's stories like this that make it all worthwhile.
Do you want to hear another one?
Absolutely. I want to hear the Texas one, the 2 Texas ones.
All right. Here we go. 2 Texas die trying. This is a scientific one.
Oh.
24th of May, 2019.
Early in the year, good.
Louisiana. America again. Like ill-fated Madame Carew, may their experiment be a warning to you, my friends. South of Lake Charles, Black Bayou Drawbridge was closed to cars and open to boats. So, you know, one of those drawbridges? Mm-hmm. Yep. Evidently, this was an irresistible Friday night challenge to Texas Man 32 and Texas Man 2, aged 23. The Chevy Cruise stopped on the Black Bayou Bridge, and a Texas man emerged. Bayou, yeah, whatever it is. And a Texas man emerged and pushed up the safety gate from the drawbridge. His second mistake was to jump back in as the driver accelerated rapidly up the open drawbridge ramp, thinking, shoot the gap. And you just did the hand action there.
Yeah, the hand action. I'm just thinking like Blues Brothers, like
Yeah.
when they jump over the bridge, yeah.
You cannot live long if the road's IQ is higher than your own. In this IQ test, our double Darwin winners failed. Indeed, they set a new low. Because these Texas men, unlike the Blues Brothers...
They actually said the Blues Brothers in there?
lacked cop tires, cop engine, cop suspension,
Yeah.
and a mission from God. As witnesses observed, a passenger emerge and push up the arm of the safety gate, then get back in while the driver backed up a bit and accelerated hard over the drawbridge edge, over the bridge, and then through the waves.
That's amazing.
There you go. They get the double Darwin winners, pave new ground, and demonstrating a new dead end leading off the path of evolution.
I'm so happy that I said Blues Brothers, and then the article also referenced the Blues Brothers.
And I just love how you're doing the hand action as I'm reading
well,
it.
yep.
I'm sure there'll be other people listening to the podcast doing the hand
like
action
that one,
like that. Yeah.
Over the bridge and this and that. Well, Kieran, some people are really smart, and in the music world, some people think they're smarter than the people that have written some of the world's greatest rock songs of all time.
Yeah.
Do you know who Tommy Iommi is?
Tom who?
Tommy Iommi?
Yeah, but you tell me who Tommy is.
He is the riff master.
From that band.
The riff master, the commander-in-chief, the general of riffs, of heavy metal riffs.
Yeah.
Or metal riffs. And he's the guitarist.
Okay.
From Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. It was either that or Iron Maiden. I know it was on the tip of your tongue, but you said Black Sabbath. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Riffmaster General.
Hang on, just so I can edit and cut this. He's from Black Sabbath!
He is from Black Sabbath.
Yeah, thank you.
I knew you knew this one. Do you know any Black Sabbath songs?
Yeah.
All the classics. So like Iron Man, Black Sabbath, obviously. War Pigs, Paranoid.
Yeah.
Neon Lights, Children of the Sea.
Yeah.
All the classics.
Highway 80.
Close.
Yep.
No Cigar.
Lights on the Hill.
more of Slim Dusty, who's now slimmer and dustier. But nonetheless, people in the guitar world try to go out there and go, this is how you people go,
like
this
that.
is how you can sound like that artist. Because people go, I want to learn how to play the riff. They play the riff, but the guitar amp and the guitar might not sound exactly right. And people play cover bands and that, try to match the sound. So when people listen to it, go, oh, that's that sound. And there's hundreds of YouTube tutorials about how to get people's sound.
Yeah, how to get the riff.
How to get not only the riff, but like how to get the guitar sound out of the amplifier, all that sort of thing. From the type of guitar people play to the type of amplifier to the guitar pedals to up to even like the types of strings, the guitar picks, like everything. Like Brian May plays with like a quarter, like the guy from Queen plays with like an old quarter. So he gets a metallic sound when he hits the strings, whereas guys like Buckethead use a certain type of size pick. Whole bunch of stuff. Like Frank Zappa used a whole bunch of guitars that had different types of pickups in them. Whole bunch of interesting, cool stuff, right? Yeah. And people always try to find different tones and then share that knowledge with everybody. So this YouTuber said, I know how Tommy Iommi did something. So this YouTuber called Circle of Tone posted a 19-minute video in August of 2018 titled Tommy Iommi used this on Black Sabbath's biggest hit. And it turns out, only this week, that he found out he was wrong.
Bum, bum, bum.
Because Tommy Iommi found the video.
Aha!
The actual guitar player from Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
The riff lord. He's been playing, writing riffs and playing songs with, from Ozzy Osbourne to Ronnie James Dio, Glenn Hughes.
Huey Lewis. Got it.
Close, no cigar.
Yeah.
But for, Tony Martin, I can't forget Tony Martin. 50 years he's been doing this sort of stuff. And he comes out and goes, on Tommy Iommi's Facebook page, he chimed in on the video and he said, totally wrong information about using my neck pickup for the rhythm sound and using a right-handed guitar upside down for the recording of the first album. Where do they get this information? Can you imagine getting called out by one of you? Obviously you love the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly how he did things. I read all this. Put up a video and your idol just goes, that's everything you said is wrong.
I'm not going to lie. There's an episode in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Where, Homer becomes Pooch.
Yeah, Poochie.
Right? Poochie. And he's with the lady and they're at that Comic-Con convention.
Yeah.
And there's those guys like, in episode 72, 2 people did this.
Oh, no, it's the xylophone. They hit the same note on the xylophone.
I'm not going to lie, this is sort of what it sounds like to me.
It's a bit
We're
like
at some
that.
kind of Comic-Con convention, and there's the xylophone and the 2 notes sounding the same.
But the funny bit about that is, instead of Homer just going, you're watching a kid's cartoon, it's the actual guitar just going, you are so wrong, it's you are a retard.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty funny. But guitar players do it all the time. I think it's people who
Yeah, but the joke's on him, because he probably got 1 million views, this guy, on on the YouTube.
Yeah.
And probably made like 50 grand.
Yeah, probably. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Either way.
So.
But people do that all the time with sports stars. Like they'll go, in cricket, what bat did he use? What type of gear did he use? Like golfers do that. Like, people, what Tiger Woods, what type of clubs is he playing with these days?
And there's probably people doing it on the We Only Do One Take podcast.
And asking,
what microphones do they use? What headphones do they use? What kind of, whatever that...
audio interface.
Yeah, audio interface do they use?
I think I posted something about it at one point.
How do they sound so amazing?
I don't know.
How do they get their material?
You know what? Speaking of material, the guys who Karaoke Gay talked about us again.
Did they?
Oh, they did.
Not gonna lie. Haven't had time to listen to.
Oh, well, we can do it when you drive up to Phillip Island. That's the important thing, right? But yeah, they're just like, the guy. We talked to Church, this and that, and I'm like,
do they have a crush on us?
I think they do. I think I have a crush on them too. We will do something for them. I promise that. I know they're listening, so we're definitely getting something for you, and it'll be for the new year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
We definitely will. See,
we do have something for you
guys.
Planned.
We have something planned.
In the new year, we will send it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, we'll leave it like that for now. But yeah, they definitely talked about us saying, like, we asked Church all these questions about animals, and he's just like, I live in the suburbs.
Yeah, he's an accountant.
Very exciting. You got any more articles for us, Kieran?
Yeah, I do. Indeed.
So I know you said you had a lot of little ones this week.
Yeah, I got a lot of little ones. I'll sort of do a wrap around the world.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
But I'll let you call this journalism. Let's go for it.
Yeah, BC Town accidentally invites everyone to take photos with Satan at their Christmas fair.
Fantastic.
Yeah, rather than...
I got a Christmas photo this year with Dweezil. Did you see that?
I did. Family ordered to take down Christmas decorations, including snowman, until closer to holiday. That was a little bit earlier on in the year.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Gunshot victim asks for beer after being hit with multiple bullets.
Oh, man, what a ledge. Again, I don't know if I've ever said this before, Kieran.
What's that?
But I hope that Americans keep their Second Amendment forever, because it's stories like, I don't care how many mass shootings there are at schools, it's stories like this that make it all worthwhile.
It is, isn't it? A man who'd been shot multiple times after an altercation with a taxi driver ordered a beer from a gas station who were treating him until the ambulance arrived.
Well, I guess alcohol keeps you calm.
Yeah.
Lowers your blood pressure. Is that what it
so.
does?
I'm just surprised the taxi driver... Well, I feel like cabbies would have guns.
Why not?
Yeah.
If it's legal.
Yeah, if it's legal. Yeah.
If Australia had, like, I could walk around the street with a gun and open carry in a holster, I would absolutely carry a gun in a holster. Like, don't tell me you wouldn't.
Oh, maybe.
that smile, that cheeky smile, is absolutely abso-fucking-lutely. Bring it into class, no worries at all. Well, we were doing a bit of fun stuff, bagging about Americans. We should bag one more American.
Alright.
The impeached one himself, Donald Trump. And someone has put together his top 10 tweets of the decade. Shall we go through them all?
Let's go through them.
So number 10 is Happy Cinco de Mayo. And Donald Trump tweeted, Happy Cinco de Mayo. The best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics. That was a real tweet. And it's ready to go. Are you ready for the next one?
Number 9.
Number 9. Low IQ Mika's bad facelift, that's what it's entitled. And then Donald Trump stated, I heard poorly rated Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ Crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came to the Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She said she was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no.
Okay.
He's on Thought Patrol. You know what thoughts are?
Yeah.
From Ariana Huffington. So, at Ariana Huff is unattractive, both inside and out. I fully understand why her former husband left her for a man. He made a good decision. Number 7, entitled My IQ is one of the highest. Sorry, losers and haters, but my IQ is one of the highest, and you know it. Please don't feel so stupid or insecure. It's not your fault. Despite the constant negative press con Beth. Remember that?
Yeah.
Despite the negative press con
Speak, Turch, speak!
That's exactly what it said. I'm just reading it. Children are being grabbed by the perverts. That's what this one's called. Donald Trump said, got to do something about these missing children grabbed by the perverts. Too many incidents. Fast trial, death penalty.
Good man.
King Jong-un is short and fat. Why would King Jong-un insult me by calling me old when I would never call him short and fat? Oh well, I try to be so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that will happen.
And it happened.
Many such cases. So Donald Trump tweeted said, healthy young child goes to doctor, gets pumped with a massive shot of many vaccines, doesn't feel good and changes. Autism? Many such cases.
Oh.
That was all the way back in 2014. This is actually one of my favourite tweets of all time. It says, number 2, that's by Donald Trump, I've never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke.
Please tell me Little Rocket Man is number 1.
No.
Ah!
And this one here. Every time I speak of the haters and losers, I do so with great love and affection. They cannot help the fact that they were born fucked up. Amazing. So I still can't believe. I'm so glad that they let him just tweet whatever he wants.
Oh, that's great.
And a lot of those were before he was president, like 2012 to 15 sort of time. Some of them obviously after. But man, like, he's just an old man having fun. Like, if my nonna could
If
tweet...
you were a billionaire...
yes.
You could do whatever the fuck you wanted. Like, no, he's got nothing to lose. He is a source of entertainment.
Oh, yeah. He's just an entertainer.
That's it.
You know?
Church, this has been an excellent Christmas special.
I think this has been an excellent Christmas special. It's a bit shorter than usual, but we're going to do a long one for the New Year's special.
Yeah.
We always do that sort of stuff. But for all our lovely wankers out there, why don't you follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and the Facebooks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you'd like to send us hate mail, a death threat, or a rant, especially for our New Year's episode, record it on your phone and email us at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, another episode smashed out.